my fight fans. So UFC 316 is in the books. You got yourself the still bantamweight champion of the world, Merab Dvalishvili, taking on Sean O'Malley. Guys, it wasn't much of a different fight. It was actually more, well, you know, excuse me, it was a different fight. It was Merab doing absolute work against Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley really didn't have much of the answer. I mean, he was doing his best to stay away from the cage. He was doing his best to keep it in the middle of the octagon. But Merab was just a beast. He was just a bulldozer. The guy was just always on Sean O'Malley. He was chasing him around the octagon. He was throwing some good combinations. He was landing some really good shots. His hand speed and his boxing has looked really, really good as of late now, you know, and just Sean O'Malley really couldn't get off. Sean O'Malley really didn't know or didn't have very many answers for Merab, and then he was able to get him down multiple times. Sean O'Malley still did decent against the takedown defense and doing decent about keeping the fight in the middle of the cage. So there's that. But at the end of the day, Merab is just so much far better than Sean O'Malley in this fight. He was just so much. He's improved so much. He's just it's just almost. It feels almost impossible and feels almost like we just do not know who Merab is going to take on and who can actually beat Merab. Merab is just such a beast. You know, in the fight, you know, in the third round, Merab was able to get Sean O'Malley down and got him, and I believe it was either a Darce choke, and tapped Sean O'Malley out. You know, Sean O'Malley has not been tapped out. Sean O'Malley has not been knocked out, and this is the first for Sean O'Malley. You know, and I'm sure he's going to do a lot of soul searching in this fight. I'm sure he's going to want to figure things out, but I'm not 100% sure what's next. I'll discuss that in a little bit. But as far as Merab goes, a great performance, a great victory for Merab. You know, a lot of people question his last win against, his previous win against Sean O'Malley, because they were saying Sean O'Malley was hurt and Sean O'Malley was 100% healthy in this fight. Sean O'Malley was 100% confident in this fight. So I guess we can all say he beat 100% Sean O'Malley. So now Merab, what is going to be next for Merab? Well, I guess the only fight that he has not fought, the only fighter, I should say, that he has not fought would be Corey Sandman Sandhagen. And that's going to be a very fun fight. You know, Corey, again, tall, long, lanky, and he has really good wrestling. He has really good takedown defense, and he can actually go toe-to-toe with Merab. Then again, Merab is just in the division of his own. Merab is literally becoming the GOAT when it comes to the bantamweights. And he very well can be. You know, he very well can be. I believe he is already. I don't see any other bantamweight ever touching him, past or present. You know, I know there's Dominic Cruz, who was really, really great at the time. You got TJ Dillashaw, who was really, really great at the time. But just Merab with his insane cardio, it's just so hard to beat. That's what's really hard to get past. You know, when it comes to wrestling, when it comes to striking and everything, that's all great. But if you have the cardio to keep it going all night, to do 2, maybe 3 5-round fights, that's what I feel like Merab can do. Merab can actually do that, where most fighters cannot. You know, most fighters don't want to shoot for takedowns and don't want to let it all hang out when it comes to striking because they're afraid to get tired. Where Merab, he will do that all night and still won't get tired. The guy's incredible. Really, really incredible. So Corey Sandman being the next opponent definitely is going to have he's going to have to cross his I's and dot his, cross his T's and dot his I's, because yeah, you're going to have to be on your 100% A game to go toe-to-toe with Merab. Now, as far as Sean O'Malley goes, well, Sean O'Malley, again, a little soul-searching, a little wondering if he even wants to stay within the bantamweights. You know, he is a long guy. He is a tall guy. He is about, 5'11", 5'10". So I believe he should go move up. You know, I don't see him ever going toe-to-toe with Merab. He could hold his own against the rest of the bantamweight division, but with Merab being the champion, I'm afraid I just cannot see it. I cannot see it. And outside of Corey Sandman Sandhagen, I don't see another opponent. Maybe possibly Petr Yan, a rematch, because a lot of people feel like Petr Yan won that fight way back when Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan went toe-to-toe. But that's if Sean O'Malley wants to continue this cut. You know, I recommend him going up to featherweight, because, you know, you could pack on some muscle mass, and pack on some weight and get his training going, and where he can possibly go toe-to-toe with Volkanovski. But then again, Volkanovski is a little bulldozer himself, so I don't know. It's up to definitely Sean, but I hope we do see more of him, because he's a very fun fighter. He's a very exciting fighter. Looking forward to that. You also had Kayla Harrison taking on Juliana Pena. Kayla Harrison was just a beast. Kayla Harrison was just going on. We're able to take down Juliana Pena as much as you wanted. Doing whatever she wanted to do, whenever she wanted to do it to Juliana Pena. The girl just looks like an absolute beast in there. It looked like a complete 2 different fighters in there. It looked like Kayla was at 165, where Juliana was at 135. She was just massive in that cage, massive. And Juliana had no answer for it. She had nothing to go to answer anything regarding the takedowns or the ground and pound of Kayla Harrison whatsoever. So, but we already know, and we already seen in the cage, the next fight would be the GOAT, Amanda Nunes, taking on the champion, Kayla Harrison. This is going to be one hell of a fight. This is by far one of the biggest female fights that we could have in today, even maybe in the past, because you got Kayla, who could be undefeated. She did lose one fight. And you got Amanda Nunes, who had lost a few previous fights, but is considered the GOAT today. There's literally, I don't think there's ever been a female versus female fight that is going to be this massive. And I'm very much looking forward to it, guys. But that's 316. There's other great fights that happened on there. You had Batista. You had Kevin Holland. You had all these other good fun fights. I would definitely recommend checking out. But definitely tune in to see what's going to be happening next for Merab, for Kayla, even though we already know what's going to be transpiring. So guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.